Egypt just proposed a crazy new ceasefire deal that is amazing for Hamas and, to say the least, terrible for Israel. We're going to get into all the details of this here on today's show, along with something insane that the International Criminal Court is doing right now. Stay tuned. I'm Justin, and this is the Israel Guys. Welcome to the Israel Guys, where we believe that in a world of Jew hatred and anti-Israel propaganda, you should have a direct connection to the land and people of Israel. Guys, you know the drill. Subscribe, make sure you comment, like this video, hit the notification bell so you never miss any of the amazing content that we're putting out every single week here at the Israel Guys. Also, go check out our social media pages and give us a follow there. Also, it's not too late to sign up for the Israel Summit coming up very quickly, May 20th through the 22nd in Nashville, Tennessee. Gathering together as Christians, saying that the entire land of Israel belongs to the Jewish people. It's going to be amazing. So make sure to go to theisraelguys.com/summit to sign up, or you can just click the link in the description below. Unfortunately, guys, there was yet another terror attack in Israel this morning. Tuesday morning, an Israeli policeman was moderately injured in a stabbing attack near Herod's Gate. He was a 30-year-old policeman. He was treated on the scene before being evacuated to Shaarei Tzedek. Thankfully, the police who responded were quick to respond. They shot and neutralized the terrorist on the spot. Now, this terrorist, very interesting, he was a tourist from Turkey. He entered Israel on Monday through the country of Jordan, right next to Israel, entered through Jordan and was walking in the streets of Jerusalem and decided to stab an Israeli police officer in the back. Thankfully, he was taken care of accordingly. Unfortunately, there was also a ramming attack on Tuesday afternoon at the Barta'a intersection located in northern Israel near the Samaria security barrier. No casualties, thank God. No one was injured. The police there at the checkpoint, they were checking a car. Another car sped up, came to the checkpoint, tried to run them over. Thankfully, they shot through the windshield and were able to stop the car before it hit anybody. Apparently, the terrorist fled in the car, and they're on the search for him as we speak. So, as we talked about in the pre-show, there's a new ceasefire deal, and it is crazy. This is one of the worst ceasefire deals proposed yet. The worst part of this deal, though, is that Hamas is actually thinking about, or is considering accepting this deal, which they've never done before. They've always immediately rejected this deal. According to reports, they're supposed to give an answer by Wednesday night. Honestly, if you think about it, if Hamas is calling this one of the best deals, they called it one of their best deals. Yeah, if they're calling it one of the best deals, then you know it is very, very bad. I don't have all the exact details on the deal, but Egypt is they're the main ones negotiating this deal. There's a lot of different reports coming out. Most of what I've found is coming from a Qatari-owned newspaper. It's not Al Jazeera, it's another one, but it's from a Qatari-owned newspaper, so we do have to take it all with a grain of salt. But they are reporting that Israel is ready to compromise on certain issues. And this deal is looking like a 6-week ceasefire and at least 1,000 Palestinian prisoners, terrorists, young men, and women who have committed terror attacks, just not killed anybody. The world media likes to call them women and children, but we can call them as they are, terrorists. So it's looking like these Palestinian prisoners in exchange for at least 20 of the Israeli hostages held in Gaza. Israel's demanding 35 to 40, but Hamas is saying they can only identify 20. Who knows? But according to some reports, again, this is not factual, this is just reports. Israel is considering ending the war, pulling out all the troops, and letting Hamas stay in Gaza. This is according to the reports. It's not factual at all. And an Israel War Cabinet meeting. There was a meeting scheduled with the Israeli War Cabinet. It was scheduled for Tuesday evening, and it was canceled because of so much infighting over this new ceasefire deal. Thankfully, there are ministers in the government, amazing ministers in the government, putting significant pressure on Bibi Netanyahu to, number one, go into Rafah, number two, finish the war, and number three, don't negotiate at all. Like, don't even talk about ceasefire deals with Hamas, which honestly, he absolutely needs to do. Common sense stuff. National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir, he was actually injured in a car accident the other day. He threatened to pull his 6 lawmakers out of the government. He's part of the coalition right now. He threatened to pull his 6 seats out of the government if Netanyahu agreed to end the war. Netanyahu had a private meeting with Ben-Gvir. Ben-Gvir said in a video he posted on Twitter afterwards, he said, quote, "I concluded a meeting with the prime minister that took place at my request. The prime minister heard these things, promised that Israel would enter Rafah, promised that the war would not end, and promised that there would be no reckless deal. I think the prime minister understands very well what it will mean if these things do not happen." So, National Security Minister is putting pressure on Netanyahu, along with Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich. He is also putting pressure on Netanyahu. He told reporters, quote, "Accepting the deal on the table amounts to the undeniable raising of a white flag and a victory for Hamas." He called on Netanyahu to not let Hamas leader in Gaza, Yahya Sinwar, quote, "humiliate us again." This is exactly what Sinwar planned to achieve when he set out to butcher us. Accepting this agreement while postponing the occupation of Rafah is the fulfillment of his victory plan, which is Israel's surrender plan. Absolutely. This ceasefire deal that is being talked about right now would be an amazing win for Hamas. Like, Rafah is the last major stronghold. Israel has Hamas within their grasp. And if they agree to a ceasefire, it only gives time for Hamas to escape. It gives them time to regroup, rearm, maybe even have their hold on the hostages, even squeeze that hold even tighter. So this plan, this would be nothing good for Israel. Let's pray that Netanyahu means what he says. He told hostage families that the IDF would go into Rafah with or without a deal. Let's hope he stands by this word. He told the forum at this meeting, the meeting with the hostage families, he said, quote, "The idea that we will halt the war before achieving all of its goals is out of the question. We will enter Rafah and we will eliminate the Hamas battalions there with or without a deal in order to achieve total victory." He's talked about total victory a lot, and that is the theme of this war and has to be continued until the very end. Guys, continue to pray for this total victory. We're going to talk about something insanely crazy that the International Criminal Court is doing right now. But first, I want to give you guys a quick reminder to sign up for our first ever Israel Summit in Nashville, Tennessee. The Israel guys are putting on an Israel conference. We're calling it the Israel Summit. May 20th through the 22nd will be hosted in Nashville, Tennessee at the Sonesta Hotel. We'd love to see you guys there. If you can make the trip to Nashville, Tennessee, show your support for the nation, for the people of Israel. More important now than ever, we have an amazing lineup of speakers, a bunch of guys from Israel, from Judea and Samaria, also some high-level speakers. Member of Knesset is going to be there. It's going to be incredible. Also, we're going to have a full concert by amazing Israeli musician Yair Levy. We're going to have a gala dinner at the end of the conference. We're going to be showing different videos, sneak peeks of upcoming movies about Israel. It's going to be an incredible time, and you're really going to miss out if you're not there. I believe the time has come for us as Christians to come together. One united voice saying the entire land of Israel belongs to the Jewish people, including Judea, Samaria, and Gaza. It all belongs to the Jewish people. It's time to keep God's land, all of it. So, this is insane. The International Criminal Court is considering issuing arrest warrants for Israeli leaders. This is according to JNS, but Jerusalem believes that the ICC will issue arrest warrants against Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, and Israel Defense Forces Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Herzi Halevi as early as this week. The warrants would likely be issued against the background of the humanitarian situation in the Gaza Strip, where the IDF is fighting Hamas, as well as accusations that Israel breached the Fourth Geneva Convention related to the protection of civilian persons in time of war, which is so incredibly stupid. You guys know that. They're literally considering issuing arrest warrants for one of the most moral armies in the world, who has the best rate of civilians killed per terrorist. This is insane. And also, where are the arrest warrants for the leaders of Hamas who butchered 1,200 Israelis, raped women, took children, the elderly, Israelis, innocent Israelis, captive? Where are these arrest warrants? This is so incredibly hypocritical and biased and absolutely insane. Thankfully, some U.S. lawmakers, they're saying they will take retaliatory action if this goes through. House Speaker Mike Johnson issued a statement on Monday calling the prospective warrants, quote, disgraceful and lawless, which they absolutely are. He said, quote, if unchallenged by the Biden administration, the ICC could create and assume unprecedented power to issue arrest warrants against American political leaders, American diplomats, and American military personnel. Which, what he's saying is this has never happened before. The International Criminal Court going arresting leaders of different countries, and he's saying this would be a very dangerous precedent that would be started. He went on to say, instead of wrongly targeting Israel, the ICC should pursue charges against Iran and its terror proxies, including Hamas, for engaging in horrific war crimes. 100%. So true. Why are they not sanctioning Iran? Why are they not going to arrest these leaders who are actually doing war crimes? Johnson called on the Biden administration to, quote, immediately and unequivocally demand that the ICC stand down and use every available tool to prevent such an abomination. A White House spokesperson said that, quote, the ICC has no jurisdiction in this situation and we do not support its investigation. Hopefully the U.S. administration continues to stand strong and the ICC will back down from this really insane, crazy stuff that they're trying to do. Israeli President Isaac Herzog said, quote, the state of Israel, our military and security forces are working tirelessly to achieve these goals, operating totally in accordance with international law. I unequivocally object to any attempt to abuse international legal institutions, including the ICC, to deny the state of Israel its basic rights. We have an independent and robust judicial system that knows how to investigate as needed. What he's saying is they have their own judicial system. If there is, so I suppose, war crime, even with the deal where the 7 aid workers were killed in Gaza, which it came out afterwards that it wasn't even Israel's fault, it was Hamas's fault. Still, Israel took 100% full responsibility. They fired the officers who were in charge of this strike. They take care of things that happen in their armies, like things that happen in every single army in the world, and the ICC has no right to be coming in and judging Israel like this and going in to arrest Israeli leaders. Guys, more important now than ever, pray for Israel. The stuff going on is insanely crazy. I want to end the show on a more lighthearted note today. As you know, insane stuff happening on the campuses, universities of our institutions here in the United States. So the pro-Hamas students at UCLA, they have their what they call their liberation zone. So they're encamped out on the lawn in front of the university there. And this Jewish comedian, he went and decided to wake them up at 3 a.m. This is a great video. Watch this.
It's currently 3 o'clock in the morning here at UCLA. And I have no idea how to play the trumpet.
Great stuff right there. Guys, in conclusion, pray for Israel as always. Pray for strength for the Israeli leaders to make the right decisions in the face of all this world pressure. Make sure and sign up for the Israel Summit. We need to be united as Christians with one voice saying, Israel, we have your back. Israel, you are not alone. If you want to come to the Israel Summit, you can click the link in the description below or go to theisraelguys.com/summit. Don't forget to subscribe. Get that conversation going down below. Let me know in the comment section if you're a new viewer, or just let me know what you think about all of these topics in general. As always, tune out the fake news and tune into what is actually happening in the land of Israel. We'll be back every day, Monday through Friday, with your direct connection to the land and people of Israel.